Hi, Cancer. Thanks very much for joining me. I'm going to do yours. And I had a request as well to bring on the Cancer one. And so obviously a lot of these videos at the moment are quite spontaneous. So thanks very much for tuning in. And you're going to find out what yours is. So all of these different videos are coming out at their own time, in their own way, for their own reasons, and so it's all divine anyway. So this one is going to be specifically for the new year, and we're going to look at it that way. It's still a Christmas period. I've got the Christmas tree in the background just to highlight that fact. So, and of course, it just depends wherever you are in the world as well, and what your culture is like, what you normally do, and what you like to enjoy at this time of the year may well be different. However, hi to you, to everybody, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at this based on this new year time. So it's coming up to the 31st of December 2015, and we're heading into a new year, 2016. So let's see what's coming up then for Cancer. There's been a lot of energy with regards to Cancer, particularly over the Christmas period, which is really, really interesting. I mean, new dynamical ways of holding home, and that's very much what Cancer is about. It's the family, the home, etc. And so there's some really new ways that things are unfolding, I think, around the world, where this is really kind of like key. And particularly on Christmas, I mean, there's a huge focus. So it's a very special, important time for you. But I feel that that energy is really certainly lingering on and leading the way through. So Cancer, I think that you would have been preoccupied probably with that anyway during that period of time. So let's see how things are moving on now and what your message is. I have a Cancer ascendant, so this is very important for me too. You know, whatever your ascendant sign is really very, very important, because it's how you're leading up to your North Node and how you're leading through in your life. You know, what's becoming more and more increasingly important. What's the main topic of your life? So, but yeah, as your main sign as well, ultimately, it is everything that you are. So let's have a look. I'm going to be interested in this as well. Cancer, this is for the new year. So going from the 31st of December 2015 into the new year 2016. What's your message, Cancer? Okay, so we've got it is a good time for, it's a good time for all things new. If you've got some kind of new venture in your mind, a new situation, it's time to give birth to those plans, those new ideas. I am watching over you. So in other words, this new idea that you have is divinely protected and certainly is divinely guided, okay? So it's the right time. This may be really about, you know, having family, talking about family there, growing your family. It definitely is the right time. That's the way that you're feeling. And you don't really have anything holding you back here. Your main block is that it's the visualization. So you don't have anything outwardly blocking you. It's all just internally in your head. So you could be having communications in your own mind about this. In other words, reflections. You're just reflecting on something. You might be like considering the problems to something. So you're weighing the pros and cons, but you're considering the cons instead of the pros as much. And so it's maybe just about visualizing, okay, if it were to go right, how would it look? And start to see that aspect of it. I'm going to give you an example. I've been thinking about growing my family in terms of helping a little dog out. Well, it's not really a little dog, but if you're connected to me on Facebook, you'll see and you'll know the entire story. There is a dog who is at a place at the moment who needs a new home. And I've been considering this, and what's been going on is that I've been going there to meet up with him, and I've been hearing different stories coming back, reflecting back to me about his character, and then I've been going home and reflecting on those. So I'm reflecting on all the good aspects of what could it be like. You know, I can imagine us going on tons of walks together. I've got lots of free time. Where I live, there's just lots of woodland. It's perfect. There's so many parks. Oh, you would just love it, and I think it would really be amazing. I've had a dog like this before, so I know how these types of dogs behave. I understand they need a lot of respect, like any dog, any person. They need a lot of respect, they need a lot of reassurance as well, and particularly for him, I think a lot of love, care and attention, which I have tons of. So I'm thinking all these good things, and that's what's leading on this adventure, this meetup process. But then they're telling me different aspects about him, like he did this to someone, he did that to someone, and I'm like, oh. So I'm listening and reflecting on those things too, and then I'm reflecting on what he's like overall, and I'm thinking I've got a cat. So today, although we met, and despite all the different stories that they were telling me about what he was like with members of the public and things that had happened to, you know, this man the other day and stuff like that, he was really, really good. His nature was brilliant. He was really well behaved with me, apart from, you know, he was pulling on the lead with the person from the place, you know, one of the organisers. He was pulling on the lead with her, and he did the same thing with me. He's just really excitable. Apart from that, we were both comfortable, we were happy, and it was a really nice time. So everything was positive in that respect, but they did do a cat assessment, and I wouldn't say that he's really anything to write home about in terms of any problems. I'd just say he's excitable, which is just natural given any dog situation with a cat, especially a young dog. But the thing is, again, it's how do you take it forward? You have to visualise what you would do, what would the situation be like, instead of looking at just the cons. Oh well, you know, let's just write him off. You know, you can't just write a dog off because, and that's what, you know, they were kind of like, sort of thinking, well, we don't really know what he would be like with a cat, and we have to think about that. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I'm the one that has to think about that, because ultimately it would be me and my dynamics, not you and yours. So someone else who might not be able to carry that situation forward doesn't mean to say that you won't be able to. For example, it would really be me that would be overseeing the facilitation with regards to how they would get on with each other, and encouraging that, and encouraging a nice, caring and mild kind of home, which I would be able to do. He would also be having lots of peaceful food, so that would really change his behaviour as well and make him much more peaceful, I think. So, you know, there's all these different aspects really which not everyone can see that route that you can see. So you have to be the leader in terms of your own route, what you visualize and how you would take things forward. That's what I mean, okay? So it's just bearing that in mind. It says that you are protected and the worst is by you, basically. So you're protected from all types of harm, the worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. So it's all really about just chilling out and relaxing. That's your main guidance at this time, okay? So I don't know what your situation is, what it is you're going through that you need to visualize and be like, you know, okay, that's a crowd, because, you know, Cancer is very team-like. You can be led and swept and swayed, but you have to be a leader in terms of how you visualize and how you're going to take things forward. And you'll be able to do that, I think, when you realize that, you know, it's a different kind of like step ahead now. It's a different route that you are going down. You're going forward and everything else is behind you. So it's not about looking backwards or contemplating too much on what others have said or what others have, like for example that situation with the dog. You know, I can't concentrate on whatever everybody else has been through with him or what everybody else thinks about him. I've got to concentrate on what I think, who I am, and what the dynamics mean for us. So it's kind of like that situation. It's you're walking ahead. Don't keep looking back, or don't keep looking at what everyone else says. Look forward, and look forward from your perspective. Here's what we've got. It is safe to be powerful, Cancer. And basically it says it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So again, it is this, maybe there's something going on where you've been smothered and swayed by someone else outside of you or by the team or something, but you've got to be the powerful one. And I think that has been coming through the entire message. you are okay to do that. That's completely fine. And in fact, it's going to be good for others because, you know, you have got that positive, powerful way about you. You do need to lead the way forward with that positivity. You know, you can't just always be smothered and brought down by other people or their visions. You have to take your vision and you have to lead the way with it. And that is what's going to bring power and success to not just you, to your whole group, but you have to lead the way with that. Okay, thank you very much. Because this has been quite a long video, I'm going to do another one on a separate video, and we're going to look at these angel tarot cards for the next one. And I look forward to it. So I'll speak to you then, find out more about the new year. Well, this still kind of Christmassy period, but heading into the new year. Speak to you soon.